right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. My name is Kanipa with Macwa, Standing Bear, Soto Tribe, Fishing Lake First Nation, Saskatchewan, Canada, Treaty 4 Territory, Anishinaabe, 60 Scoop Survivor, published author. Welcome to We Are the Medicine Circle. Welcome to We Are the Circle. There's some difficulties here with the connection here this morning. Again, if you guys want to shoot over to YouTube and watch us from over there, there's no signal issues over there this morning. So it's Standing Bear, the author. If you just want to shoot over there, and because there seems to be no issues over there, which apparently we're gonna have. We had a couple issues already this morning with the connection. So anyway, we are the Medicine Circle. So that really implies that we are the medicine. That means it looks like this. So this is who we are, what we are, and how. This is how we do it right here. We are intertwined. We are intertwined and connected to. Facebook is freezing me right now, so I'm looking at like these two things with this one thing. So anyway, and if no one said that they love you today, I love you very much. If no one said that they love you today, I love you very much. It's kind of a little annoying here on Facebook this morning because we're freezing here. It's kicking me off. So anyway, here we are doing the big reset again this morning. Sometimes that's just the way it is, though. So, okay, couple housekeeping announcements. So, couple of housekeeping announcements. So, this is really connection issues. We're having a problem over there with Facebook. We're having a problem this morning here with Facebook. We're coming off two things. So please just stay with me this morning. So the housekeeping announcements are if we're having issues with the connection, just stay here. Just know that I'm not going anywhere, that I'm going to hit that play button. If I get kicked off, we are going to start, right back up, right where we left off. Also, we're coming off two platforms. Yes. So we're coming off two platforms right now. So one of them is YouTube. Again, we're having some problems here this morning with the, it's the same Wi-Fi here, but we're having issues with Facebook here. So if you want to shoot right over to the YouTube channel, Standing Bear, the author, we're not having any issues because I'm looking at the two cameras. So anyway, okay, all right. Anyway, I guess we're just go. I guess we're just going to go from here. Welcome, YouTubers. My name is Kenny Put Macwa, Standing Bear, Soto Tribe, Fishing Lake First Nation, Saskatchewan, Canada, Treaty 4 Territory, Anishinaabe. So let's start in the usual way over here. Again, we're having problems with Facebook over there. So always seem to have problems with Facebook. But anyway, let us continue. Let us continue in a good and beautiful way. Yeah, Facebook's a little frustrating this morning with Facebook. I'm with you. Just don't go anywhere. We're going to proceed as normal. Again, if you want to go over to YouTube right here, that would be fine. Okay. Okay. And, again, as always, there is a grandmother out in Vancouver who suggested that we keep this smoke going, the sage smoke going throughout the entire meditation in remembrance for the residential school children who never came home. Welcome back. Okay, so here we are. Again, here this is where the Facebookers now. So again, we're having problems over here. So if you want to shoot right over to YouTube, Standing Bear, the author, please feel free to go to because we're having issues here this morning with Facebook. So it's just sometimes that's just the way it is. So okay, so let us start in the usual way. Creator, let us start in the usual way. If it doesn't begin with spirit, then it doesn't begin. If it doesn't begin with prayer, then it doesn't begin. And I would just like to add, if it doesn't begin with offering, then it doesn't begin. So let us begin in a good and beautiful way. Creator, Kitsimana 2, Great Spirit. Thank you, Chi Megwit, for our breath. Chi Megwit for our circle. Chi Megwit for our day. Chi Megwit for our life. We come here today. We mean no harm in what we do. We come here, we mean no harm in what we do. We are grateful for our last breath, and we are hopeful for our next, and we live in that place in between. We may come here for a lot of reasons, but the first reason is life. Life is most important, and what we're talking about is not our own personal life, but all life. We come here to pray for life. Life is most important. Without life, we have nothing. So we come here and we celebrate the life of all nations, tribes, and circles, especially those nations, tribes, and circles that do not look like the two-legged, like the standing nations, the ones that offer the world breath. We say thank you. To the swimming nations and the fish nations, the ones who teach us how to live in harmony and balance with the water because we're having issues, because we don't know how. To the winged nations, the ones who teach us how to live in harmony and balance with the wind and air, we say thank you. Thank you for teaching us. To the creepy crawlies and the slitheries and ones who teach us how to stay close and grounded to Mother Earth, we say thank you. To the four-legged nations, circles, and tribes, the ones who offer us, teach us, and give us so much to and for our humanity, we say thank you. We say thank you. And of course, to other two-legged nations, circles, and tribes, for we understand that you are all our teachers, and this makes our ears and our hearts very happy. We come here and we celebrate those things that give us life: air, water, fire, earth. We celebrate the 7 directions because we understand that life and love come from all directions. We come here and we celebrate our ancestors, the ones who have come before us. And remember, if they are our relatives here, which they all are, then they are our ancestors over there. So we come from a million points of light and love. It means they lived accordance with spiritual law, that they didn't deviate that. And that's the power and the prayer that they have offered us. And we also acknowledge and understand that some of our two-legged ancestors were hurt, wounded, abused, and traumatized, and they passed that along to us. And we understand this is a time of healing and grieving and mourning and hurt. And we understand that we can heal from this. And during that healing, it's okay not to be okay. But we also understand and we have to learn that their wounds were not for us to carry. But we have to heal from them. It's 2 separate things. So we acknowledge this process of healing. And we are here to help each other with that process of healing, of light and love and understanding, compassion, gentleness, and nurturing. And we don't do this just for ourselves. We do it because we celebrate life, because we are important. And we don't do it for them or us, but we also include the next seven generations, where we only borrow this earth from our children, and our children are only loaned to us. So we live at the beautiful intersection between two unseen worlds. A great time of power. Powerful because it doesn't have to be the way it always has been. So those isms, the alcohol isms, the violence isms, the drug isms, we don't have to go there anymore. That we can change. We can make this world a better place, and that's an opportunity that we have right now. Life is not a test, it's a series of choices, so we can make a beautiful choice today to heal and to heal together. At this time, in this place, what a beautiful opportunity and responsibility that we have. What a great time to be alive. What a beautiful time to change the course when we get to affect the next seven generations. We get to give, if we pray together today, we make their life a better life. And that's the deal. So let's come here today and honor all directions, and the one that will benefit most in the next 7 generations. And the ancestors, they gave us a well-worn path. They gave us a path to follow. But one we can only see with our hearts. It is called the Red Road, the road of wellness, the road of unity, the road of harmony and balance, the road of all people. And we, as Indigenous people of Turtle Island, we do not own this road. We are stewards of this road as we walk this road. So thank you, Creator, for offering this gift to the people of Turtle Island. And there are teachings on this road: humility, love, truth, respect, wisdom, courage, respect. And so let us sit with these today. Let us sit with these teachings today. Let us make good relations and build good relations and maintain good relations with these, both seen and unseen, spiritual and physical. Let us sit with humility today, and love today, and truth today, and courage today. Let us sit with all these, and at the end of this circle, we will know ourselves and you a little better. The circle will be that much stronger, and we will draw that much closer to the beautiful understanding of the first prayer at the center of the universe, of light. The first light, the first fire, the first prayer, the original prayer, the ancient sacred agreements of harmony and balance. So let us sit here in a good way. Wankapik. Let's sit in a sacred way and listen to each other's hearts. Remember, the prayers in your heart is the same prayer in mine. Oh. All right. Okay, well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. My name is Kanipu Makwa. We're going to kind of go over that again because there's some connection issues. Again, over here on YouTube, we're not having any these kind of issues over here. So it's a Facebook thing. So if you want to go over to YouTube, Standing Bear, the author, please like and subscribe over there. We got a bunch of people over here now. So yeah. So, Good prayer this morning. Thank you for joining us. We are the Medicine Circle. If you're new here, we are welcome. We got a bunch of new people here, so welcome to We Are the Medicine Circle. A couple things before we start in earnest, and this is for the benefit of the newcomer, the one who just found this circle, sitting in the circle this morning. Um, uh, you know, uh, you know, we live in two worlds, right? That we physically live in the colonial world, but we can spiritually live in this world. You know, we have to find that place of balance, and everything begins with spirit, right? Everything begins with spirit. So, so welcome, um, hollow bones. Hollow bones. That's why that prayer, the opening prayer, that was a hollow bones prayer. That was it. It's our connection to all things, and all things that have spirit, have life, and we want to connect to all of those things. So both seen and unseen, right? There's beautiful, powerful forces. There's beautiful and powerful forces, right? The forces that run through everything. Everything has medicine, right? Everything has a little different medicine. Every single one of us here is beautiful, powerful, and sacred, right? Right. The squirrels, the beavers, the bears, the wolves, the foxes, the cougar, the lion. All of these have beautiful and powerful medicine, right? So we connect to life. So hollow bones really comes in two parts. The first part, the colonial world, I think, kind of understands that we connect to. They confuse it with taking, right? Right. Confuse it over here. We don't. We don't make that confusion that we offer ourselves for that medicine to come to us. And then the second part is we give life. We give prayers. That's what that means. So with gratitude, with tobacco, with opening up, we're so grateful that we are here. We are so grateful that we get another opportunity at this beautiful, beautiful life. Right. So. Okay, so elders and ancestors. Okay, Facebook. I understand that there's a problem here with the connection. So again, if you want to go over to YouTube, my YouTube channel, Standing Bear the author, we got a bunch of people over there now that have moved over there. So it just keeps freezing this morning. So anyway, we must be doing something right, they keep hitting that freeze button. Okay, so ancestors and elders. So it's really traditional that we thank those who have come before us. It's really traditional. So thank you to Grandfather Tony Stonehawk. Thank you to all those other men and women of medicine who carried this medicine in a really good and beautiful way. The medicine and it's the same medicine that my ancestors talked about hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and thousands of years ago, right? And then when the invaders took over, they made it illegal for us to there we go. They made it illegal for us to have our ceremonies, to have talking circles, to really carry the medicine that we're doing right now. So let's thank you. So just gratitude, man. Thank you to the ancestors. And remember, here's the thing, our ancestors are more than just the two-legged ancestors, right? Grandfather Tony said that. I blew my mind. It was like one of those things I just said, I just sat there like this, it's just one of those things that makes this world absolutely beautiful and absolutely powerful when we really understand that if we are all equal, which we all are, right? That means in the same circle of life as the bear, the beaver, the wolf, the eagle, right? And they have seven generations back, and they have seven generations forward, just like us. They have the first ancestors, which we are related to. So we are related to the first eagle and the first bear. We their stories, their fires. We are related to that. That's beautiful and that's powerful. That's absolutely powerful. So thank you. So All right, so circle medicine. No one's in front of us, no one's behind us, no one's above us, no one is below us. This is what we look like right here. This is this is what we look like right here, um, intertwined and overlapping, both seen and unseen. This is we just talked about the ancestors too, and this is exactly what we're talking about. So this is us. This is us and the first bear. This is us and the first eagle. This is us and the first beaver. This is us and the first. All these beautiful medicines. So again, that was a comment the other day. We had a couple new people. We have new people in the circle. They're always coming in. So this thing is growing. It's really beautiful. So what we were just saying here, Facebookers, because I know we've had a little problem here. So what we were saying is that we have so many more ancestors than just the two-legged, and that is so beautiful, and that is so powerful. So okay, so circle message, sacred feminine, the life givers. Okay, we the life givers. So we would not be here if it weren't for the sacred feminine. You are beautiful, powerful. You have this beautiful womb space that us men will never understand. This bear will never understand, having anything growing inside me like that. Like, I will never understand that. This is a great time and place of respect. This is a great time and place of respect. So thank you. You are beautiful. You are powerful. You are sacred. Right? You are beautiful. And and you know what? That's where we start. And you know what? We're just gonna hold that right there. Just know that there's people and men and circles in this that hold you in that beautiful place, right? Just that hold, that's the first thing that we look at. So, okay, okay, question of the day, and this is please keep your questions, concerns, and comments coming. I do not guarantee that I will get around to all of them, but we've been talking, you know, there's themes that kind of run in and kind of run through. So we're talking about the question of the day. So there's themes. So there seems to be like a recovery theme. There's a whole lot of people in recovery out there. Beautiful, powerful, life changing, life altering, not only for ourselves but for the next 7 generations. Um, this is a really interesting question because you know. Because we're talking about this question comes from a Christian couple. They're in recovery and they're interested in understanding the red road. Now, they weren't like the gentlest about this, right? But just because they weren't gentle with us doesn't mean that we're not gentle with them, right? Right. So again, Facebookers. So this question comes from a Christian couple. I guess it's us, like within the last week or so, and they are in recovery. They did not want their names to be used, but they're interested in the Red Road, and particularly this question is, they question, we talked about the Big Book, the Bible, and Christianity, and like the Red Road the other day, right? So. And they were a little aggressive about it, right? They were a little like, almost always bordering on kind of haters type thing. And that's okay. That's okay. That has no reflection of me or what, has no reflection of me. So yeah. So again, Facebookers, we're having a lot of problems. So just go over to YouTube. There's a bunch of us over there now. And, we've had issues with Facebook before, and again we're having issues. So Standing Bear, the author, there's a bunch of us over there now. We're having no issues over there on Facebook or on YouTube. So feel free to just go over there and watch us from here. We just keep freezing up here on Facebook. It just happens from time. So again, so the upside is we're probably doing something right. So. So anyway, getting back to this question. So they were a little aggressive, and like I just don't buy into that, right? It's just like I guess they were trying to personally attack me. So So anyway, after after a couple back and forths, and said, they called me a hater type thing, and I said, look, man, this is just, we mean no harm. We mean no harm in what we do, right? We mean no harm. So the question was, can you find anything good that relates to Christianity? This is a great question. So it boiled down to, like, after all of that hype and all of that fluff and all of that, and it just says, do you have a question? Right. You can stop calling me names. You can stop doing this. Like, do you have a question? Right. So the question was, can you find anything good in the AA big book? And I said, absolutely. How does this align? And this is a great question. How does this align with the Red Road? Right. So, we're really not that far apart, right? That's the beautiful thing, when we open up, when we realize, when we put aside the other banter and like the hate type thing, when we put that aside, and we don't have to have a judgment. All we need to say is no, thank you. No, thank you. So when they were doing that like that, I'm like, no, thank you. What is your question? What is your question? So, so we're talking about the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous. It's a 12-step program, if you don't know that, and how it relates to the Red Road, right? There are parts of, and the spiritual thing is that we don't dismiss it all. Like, I don't dismiss Christianity, all of it, right? There's a lot of it that hey, look, no, thank you. That's all we say, no, thank you, right? No, thank you, right? But when they're right, we say thank you. We say thank you. And in the AA Big Book, which is a Bible-based thing, when they have something beautiful in there, we say thank you. That's all we say, right? So, so there's this part in the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous that says, I totally forgot it. That says, oh, in thinking about the 24 hours ahead. Just that line, and thinking upon awakening, we think about the 24 hours ahead. That's a beautiful, beautiful thing, right? Beautiful thing. That's what we talk about, right? And thinking about our 24 hours a day. It looks a little different over there, but again, the main premise is still there. So what are they talking about what are they talking about in thinking about our 24 hours ahead? So what they're talking about is being prayerful. That's what, and so let's just say that. So in indigenous thinking, indigenous philosophy, right? When we wake up, we're grateful right away. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's go over there. Let's go and let's pray, right? I did this morning. I mean, I was a little late this morning, but but I did it. Opening the day with prayer. That's a beautiful thing. Opening the day with prayer, and that's what they mean, right? So so we find those things that bring us together, right? We find those beautiful, beautiful things that bring us together. So in thinking a day ahead, you know when and that aligns with traditional thinking, right? Indigenous thinking. Let's open the day with prayer and let's say thank you. Again, it looks a little different, right? So in the indigenous world, upon awakening, what do? We go ahead, we pray, we offer gratitude. Thank you for the ancestors for returning to us. You know, again, it looks a little different, but let's take those beautiful similarities and let's make that work, right? Let's make that work. And that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. So anyway, let's keep this thing going. Let's keep this thing going. Okay, so we go over a couple books here. We go over Daily Medicine, and we go over Whisper from the Hollow Bone. These are both written by me. They are both Medicine Wheel 7 Sacred Teaching meditations. That means we just sit with them, right? So what we're trying to do here, and this is for the benefit of the newcomer. So those of us who are new to the circle, so meditation looks like a lot of things, right? So there's some people. There's some people that said, Wayne, I just can't meditate. My mind is like too much like that, right? Well, that comes from, that's systemic from the colonial world. It's designed to make you feel like this, right? Like 10 out of 12 squirrels, like in our head, you have overlapping thoughts and overlapping this. The colonial world is designed to make you feel that way. It's chaotic, distorted, all these things, right? All, all and this was a question that came in. It was like, Wayne, I just can't meditate. I can't do it. When you have your circle, just talk to me after. And I go, no. What we do here is we don't try to, we make good relations. We make good relations, right? That's it, right? And this is what we sit and we pray. We sit, we pray, we offer gratitude and thank you. And again, that just opens the door. We do it every day, right? This meditation looks a little different than other colonial meditations, like, doing the Om thing or any kind of yoga or any kind of, like anything like that. It looks a little different. It's not better or worse. This is just what we do over here, right? So anyway, that was for the benefit of the newcomer. So what we're going to do is we're going to read it a couple times. Daily Medicine, May 2nd. So let's put that in the feed over here. We have like 0 people left here on Facebook because everybody's tired of like us flickering in and out. So again, if you want to go over to YouTube, just flick it out again. Okay, so just makes you want to smudge somebody's face. Hold on. So if we want to put daily medicine in the feed, what we're going to do is we're going to read it. We're going to read it a couple of times. Develop a general impression. Develop a general impression. This is not about right or wrong, right? So there's a bunch of us here this morning, and we are all over the map. The beautiful thing is here, it's not really where we start. Where we start, we don't have a judgment on where you start. We really don't. But the beautiful thing is, we will align, right? Our hearts and minds and our prayer will align, and that's a beautiful thing. And whenever our hearts and minds align, then that's where the power, the magic comes in, right? That's where the power and the magic come in, right? That's when we make significant difference in the world. So what we are doing here, the aligning has already begun, right? So, it's like that, aligning with that beautiful, beautiful truth that we celebrate life. We don't celebrate our differences. That's another world, right? Right. But what we do here is we align, and that's a beautiful thing. So, okay, so let's read this thing, and I don't know if we can put this on YouTube, but let's try to. If someone could kind of put that in here again. Daily Medicine, May 2nd. Real courage is bringing death to those things within us that no longer serve life. Wow. So let's read that again. Daily Medicine, May 2nd. Real courage is bringing death to those things within us that no longer serve life. What is your general impression? What is your general impression? I'm like, wow. Right. This is a celebration of life, right? A celebration of life, right? This, wow, right? There's things, there's thoughts, there's things, there's issues, there's things within me that just don't serve life, right? So, okay, real. Let's start at the beginning. Real courage. Let's talk about real, and let's talk about Grandfather Tony, and Grandfather said we always start with the spirit, right? Write that one down here. There's a pen. I got a red pen for you this morning. So the red pen. So it must be important, right? So So everything begins with the spirit, right? So now, so now the Great Spirit has brought us this beautiful reading, and now it says real, right? Right. What does that mean? If it begins with spirit, probably unseen, right? Probably unseen, powerful, but not artificial, tangible. That means it has feelings, it has emotions, it has power, it has alignment, right? It has absolute alignment, right? Right. So real, right? Real, right? Real and alignment together. Powerful, sacred, beautiful, everything you are. That's what they're talking about here, right? So real what? Real courage. Oh my God, real courage. Wow. What is courage? Why would they say courage, right? Well, they're saying courage because one of the seven sacred laws, right? So, yeah, we're just going to finish over here. So, we'll do a little timeout, YouTubers. I'm a little tired of doing this. We're just going to finish here. We're just going to finish here because this is more of a distraction than anything else. So, a couple people. Okay, we just ended the live broadcast there. Okay. Okay. So real courage, one of the seven sacred teachings. Humility, love, truth, respect, wisdom, love, courage. So they're saying that in order to relieve ourselves of those things that no longer serve life, right? And it doesn't say your life, it says our life. So let's start at the beginning. Real courage, one of the seven. That means authentic, powerful, beautiful alignment. That's what real is, right? So write that down. So write real, aligned, powerful, sacred sevens. All these behind the real, like the deeper teaching. That's what they're talking about. That's what they're talking about. Right? So real what? Real courage, real alignment, real power, right? Real power, authentic power, right? Not some superficial, artificial, some kind of like anything from the colonial. You know, we're talking something that has real substance, something that has weight and depth to it. That's what they're talking about. And what are they talking about? That courage, the courage within you, right? And the beautiful thing is, I love you. You have this beautiful place within you. We already know what's right. We already know what love is. But because we live in this colonial world, it distorts. They give us this information. They discredit us, right? That's what they do, and that you can write down. They discredit us all the time. They take our power away from us, so that they turn us into like a begging society that's riddled in spiritual debt, right? Spiritual debt. That means you owe us, right? That means you have to believe in Him. That means you have to believe in the patriarchy. Then like that's what that means. But over here, we're talking about real what? Real courage. Walking with the bear, right? And I'm trying not to be self-serving. And I'm Standing Bear. I just happen to be Standing Bear. That's it. There's no relation, right? But real courage, right? Real courage. What kind of courage? What kind of courage? I love you. I'm getting really passionate now. So real courage. So what are they talking about? Doing the right thing. Doing the right thing has consequences, but doing it anyway, right? Doing the wrong thing. I think we already know some of us have been there doing the wrong thing, and we've got caught, has consequences. But you know what? Doing the right thing in the colonial world also has consequences. But you know what? We do it anyway, and you know what? That's called integrity, right? And so, what are we basing this off of? Just hold on. What are we basing this off of? I love you. Just hang with me. What are we basing this off of? The seven sacred laws. By the seven sacred laws: humility, love, truth, honesty, respect, wisdom, courage. You want to find out what courage is? Look at all the others. Courage is humility, love, truth, respect, wisdom. Love, that's courage right there. And it works. It's interchangeable for everyone. You know, just think about that. Just think about that. What is love? Love is humility, truth, respect, wisdom, and courage. Right? I mean, we can take a run at any one of these, right? Real courage, right? So it doesn't have to be the way it's always been. We just said that takes real courage. It takes real courage, right, to make a better decision. It takes real courage to say what? We talk about it. No, thank you, right? But you have to believe in him. No, thank you. But you're a hater because you don't believe in us. No, thank you. The indigenous people of Turtle Island, they're a bunch of drunks and alcohol. No, thank you. Wayne, you are your mistakes. No, thank you. It takes real courage. You understand what I'm saying? It takes real courage. We are not our mistakes, right? We're at that time. It takes real courage to say no thank you. It takes real courage. You see, we could talk about this all day long, right? It takes real courage. We're not even past the first 2 words yet. Okay, it takes real courage. Is bringing. So there's an action there, right? And applies, again, let's talk about the big book, right? Let's talk about the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous, the Christian Bible-based kind of thing. Let's take what they're right. I use it all the time. A price has to be paid. One of the greatest lines in any spiritual book I've ever written. A price has to be paid. Write that down. So a price has to be taken. Real courage, right? I love you. I love you. I love you. You see how this is all beautifully coming together? Like there's no fight, there's no hate, there's none of that. That's how we know how beautiful this is. You understand? Right? No one's going to jail. No one's going to bad place. No one's going this. No one's no. This is beautiful, and everything that you're feeling now. Right? Everything that you're feeling now is what you're feeling, and it may feel awkward right now, but what you're feeling, especially if you're coming over as a colonial refugee, right? What you're feeling is alignment right now. What you're feeling is love. What you're feeling is courage. Maybe you're stepping out of your comfort zone. That's real courage, right? Right? The comfort zone isn't the healthiest place, right? If it's not in line with the 7 sacred laws, then it's probably not the healthiest place, right? That means there's some sort of ism, right? Right? Probably some sort of codependency-ism, right? Kind of keeping these people around just because they're around, because then nobody else is available to be around. So I'm just going to keep you around. I'm going to hold you hostage. A lot of us marry people because we just want somebody around, not because they're healthy, but because that's part of the ism too. But when we walk, it takes real courage to walk this way. Then we understand, we recognize there's healthy discernment. There's not hate, right? Like when we get that place to hate, we're living in another world. We're probably living in the colonial world that says, oh my God, we have to hate. Just like the people that brought that question, right? They said, Wayne, you're a hater. And I said, well, no, thank you. What is your question, right? What is your question? Well, Wayne, you're a hater. You talk about the Christians, you talk about this, and you're a Bible hater. I said, no, you're not listening to me, right? You're just not listening, because listening is the first form of communication. When I hear something like that, I already know they don't know how to listen. Then that's a place of sickness. So why would I treat someone that has like that any worse? That's the deal, right? Okay. What is your question? What can I help you with? Well, name one thing, name one thing that you like in the big book that aligns with the Red Road. I said, upon awakening, let us think about the 24 hours ahead. That's a beautiful line. That's a beautiful line. Let's hold that. Let us hold that. Let's walk with that. Let's sit with that. Let's understand that. but we have to do it, and we have to do it together, right? So when that a beautiful alignment is right, let's sit with that. Let's own that. Let's sit together. That's what's going to make humanity. We're on the cusp. We're on the brink here. Humanity has some choices to make now. So let's make some better choices. It's really that simple. Like, it's not going to be Armageddon. It's not going to be Wormwood. It's not going to be anything that colonial world has to offer, because they lie to us all the time. So we already know that, because why? They're not aligned. So why would we listen to them, right? So we don't. What do we say? Is no, thank you. And then what do? We align ourselves, and what are we talking about? Real courage here. It takes real courage to do what we are doing. Every single one of you out there, the 15 of you out there in YouTube world right now that are here live right now, takes real courage to sit here and understand that. And I love you for that. We are spearheading the change in humanity right now. They have felt what we are doing here across the universe, not only across, Turtle Island, not only across our little island of Mother Earth, but across the universe, because we are aligning ourselves with what? Real courage, which is what? Real love. I'll stay off the decaf. But this is powerful stuff, right? This is powerful stuff, right? So, like, haven't we talked about the reading yet? I haven't talked about the reading. I'll say real courage is bringing death to those bringing death. Okay. Is it murder? No. What death? What death are we talking? Spiritual death? I heard when you say that, right? Spiritual. Okay, good. The spiritual has death too, right? Right? And really, this is a direct medicine wheel teaching to the north, right? The north. That no longer serve. It's the north medicine. The time of winter is a time of reflection, and we reflect upon what no longer serves our life, right? So it's a place of removal, identifying and removal for what? The new spring, right? The new spring. So new spring is new life, right? But there's a time of death. So that's interesting that spirit brought us here in the middle of summer to talk about, winter medicine, north medicine, about bringing death to those things. But really, so it's not relegated only to that specific time and that specific place, but it's that place within us that we must always honor, right? It's that place within us, right, that we must always honor, right? That's real power. Honor that place. Honor that place of identifying, always keeping mindful upon the 24 hours ahead. Let's be mindful. Let me pray, prayerful to be aware of those things that no longer serve life. There's people, places, and things, spiritual places, things that no longer serve life. Like, I no longer go to a bar. I just don't sit in a bar. I just don't, because it's like lower, it's just heavy energy. I don't want to go to those places that have any energy, like concerts, right? I love music, but it's just real low. So I just don't go. I just hit the YouTube thing and be like, okay, I'm going to listen to music now. Or I play music myself, and then I hit the playback, something like that. Something, because we always have to do something to raise, to lift, to encourage ourselves and our spirits within. It takes real courage to do that. It's bringing death to those things. So, and so, write this down. Bringing death? No, thank you. Bringing death. That's how we bring death. We make better choices. Right. There's no evil force out there, like the colonial world said, and it's just like constantly, like, kind of, it's kind of like, just when frustrating things happen, like this, like the Facebook thing, we just say, okay, no, thank you, and just fine and just move along. And here we are today, and like we're having no problems here with the connection on YouTube, but right next to it here, disaster today, but that's okay. What do we say? No, thank you. We don't get frustrated. We don't get angry. We just say no, thank you. And then we proceed with doing the right thing. Real courage, right? That's beautiful. That's powerful. Okay. Real courage is bringing death. That means we no longer serve death. That means outwardly, we don't drink, we don't drug. Right? We're emotionally and mentally sober. Right? Right? But how do we get there? We stop living in that world that we stop spoon feeding ourselves that colonial world, emotional, mental, physical, that bring us death. That means there's things that bring us separation, right? That's like there has to be some sort of spiritual separation from that colonial world. That's like if we want to be happy, we can't be watching CNN and Fox News and Global News and BBC News all day because they're feeding us something that no longer serves our purpose. So what does we just say no thank you, we turn it off, and then what do we do? So we've identified those people, places, and things. So the bar, this, that, dope, crack, drinking, whatever that is, right? CNN. So CNN and crack are like the same thing, right? Write that down, right? Artificial sweeteners and crack, the same thing, right? Donuts and crack, the same thing. And it breaks my heart to say that. I love donuts, I really do, but I know I can't have them anymore, right? So I just say no, thank you, right? No, thank you, right? So now we eat organically. And organically just simply means coming from what? Mother Earth. So if we're aligned with this beautiful thing called Mother Earth, right? If we align ourselves with this beautiful thing on Mother Earth, guess what? We get to live a happy life. That means we get to say no thank you without any reservations, right? Oh, okay. Wayne, I hate you. Oh, okay, well, no thank you. Just move along. Just chug along. Wayne, you're a hater. Wait. Wayne, you made all these mistakes in the past, and we're going to hold you accountable. Okay, no thank you. Okay, because that's what they'll do. They'll come in and they'll tell you the narrative that they want you to believe, but we don't have to believe that, right? Write that down, right? That means we can move on without any blame, shame, or guilt, right? And a lot of us can't move on because of blame, shame, guilt, right? Okay, So like, what if we relapsed last week, right? Okay, move on. Okay, no, thank you. Move on. Something better today. Let's sit in that circle. Let's do what Grandfather Tony did with me. And this is really what he did with me. He said, I relapsed a lot, right? I relapsed a lot, but he just said, we'll just go in ceremony again. We'll just do it again. Right? No blame, no shame, no guilt. I was beating myself up because that's what the colonial world wants us to do. They want us to take away, and then they want us to throw away our happiness, our power, our strength, our courage, our love, our humility, our wisdom. And they want to throw it away, and then they replace it with blame, shame, guilt. Right? That means buying into the separation that and you know what? What do we say? No, thank you. That's it. That's really that simple. I say, you know what? And then I started believing the fact that, hey, Wayne, you're beautiful, you're powerful, you're sacred, right? And then I started walking and praying in such a way. Then I started the 30-day challenge, and I started to walk with gratitude. Where we start walking with gratitude, that's the other end of death. Like, when there's death, there's always a beginning. Write that down. And, so as we're saying, bringing death to those things within us. Okay, us. I'm trying to squeeze it all in here. So as we're bringing death to those things, that's a new beginning. So so take notes. So you note takers, I love you note takers because you share your notes with me all. You share your notes with me all the time, right? Some of you actually got notebooks next to the thing, and I love you guys, right? So take this note death, right? Circle death, and then write new beginnings next to that, right? Always write when especially in this scenario, in this situation, write new beginnings. So the springtime is now, right? So now we're back to this beautiful thing called life. Right. So now I've served death to those things that no longer serve, which is usually some sort of blame, shame, guilt type thing. And then write new beginnings. It's like, okay, so now we have to replace what's been taken, right? Because there's a void there, right? Let's just say freaking thank you, right? Let's offer ourselves to the world. Well, what can I offer to the world? What can I do? Give prayers, prayers. Give life, life. So what we're doing is already there, right? So we're living a great life in the last 56 minutes, right? We really are. We're just living with, we are living our best life right now. I don't know if you know that. Right? We may be going through like a lot of stuff, family issues, this and that, but right here, right now there's an awakening. Now there's an understanding. Now there's alignment. Now there's what? Real courage. That's powerful. I love you. Just imagine all that, right? Now there's real courage. Thank you, Jesus. Oh my God. Oh my God, we get to do this another day. That's real courage. Gratitude is real courage. Write all this stuff down. Gratitude is real courage. Saying no thank you. Sliding that's real courage. To the haters out there, no thank you. I love you. I will always love you, Wayne. That's real courage. Can you say that? Can you say that? Can you say, Daniela, Julie, Nina, hey, I love you. Can you look in the mirror? That's real courage right there. Can you do that? Put that in the feed right there. Can you? After everything you've been through, and we've all made mistakes, right? And I've made hundreds and thousands of mistakes, right? But right now, today, right here, right now, at this moment, the pinnacle of my life in this moment, write that down. And I'm willing and able to say right now, after everything they did to me and all the mistakes that I made, I'm able to look in the mirror and look at you right in the face and say, Wayne, I love you. Not as a place of conceit, but a place of genuine value. I have a value in myself. I know that there's something good here, and I share that good. I don't know a lot, but I know a little. And the little that I know, I share with you because that adds to my value. When I say I love you, that adds to my value, not because I want something from you, but because I want everything for you. I love you. Move forward today. This is powerful stuff here, man. I'm not sure if we even got to the reading. Did we talk about the reading? I get so passionate about it. I'm so passionate about this thing called life and love. I am, right? So those things within us. So they're implying here that there's things within us, right? Right. I mean, like, the nighttime is just contrast medicine. That's all they're saying. No one's going to jail. No one's going to, right? Don't put ourselves in that spiritual incarceration, right? That no longer serve life. Again, so let's talk about life. That's why we're here. That's it, right? We're not here to suffer. We're not here to complain. We're not here to do anything, which is what that colonial world wants us to do. To live in fear, manipulation, spite, anger, anger. I'm right. You're wrong. I'm right. You're wrong. I'm better over here. And they live in that. And at the end of the day, we're exhausted because we're not living a full circle. Like, write that down. We have to live in a full circle, right? And we're just taking a look here, right? We're just taking a look here. Hey, it's just a marker. No one's judging. So if we can do better, then let's do better, right? Let's do here. Let's write this down. Let's do a little better than we did yesterday. That means say one more prayer. That means saying, look in the mirror and say, Danielle or Jewel, just look in the mirror and say, I love you. After everything you've done, say, I love you. I love you. That means, and again, that's not a place of conceit. That's just simply saying that I want you, looking in the mirror, saying, I want you to live your very best life. I want to see the very best version of you. And those of you who in this live right here, to really get it, to really understand it, everybody else who will view this, who is all in right now, will live a better life because of what we've done here. And that's a fact, right? That's a fact. I don't know a whole lot, but I know when our hearts and minds are aligned, this world is a better place. And it takes real courage to get there, right? It takes courage, right? To go against the colonial tide, right? Real courage is living the 7 sacred laws, no matter what. Real courage is staying sober, no matter what. Real courage is forgiving yourself, no matter what. Real courage is bringing death to those things that no longer serve, no matter what. Real courage is looking in the mirror and saying, I love you, and I honor your path and your journey, no matter what. Right? Right. Right. Maybe you make a mistake tomorrow and come back today and just sit here and be like, okay, all right, let's do this thing again. I'm here for as long as I'm here. We will sit together as long as I'm here. That's my promise to humanity. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm doing. And that's let's be all in today. Let's be all in with real courage. Right. Let's be all in with this thing called humility and love and truth and honesty, respect and wisdom. Let's honor all those things, all those animals that bring that to us. Let's honor the place and the time that we are. Let's honor those that don't honor us, not as a place of not as a place of their character, but as a place of ours, right? We can still walk in this colonialistic world and still live a really good, beautiful life as long as we're aligned with, humility and love and strength, right? We don't need any we don't need any of their patriarchy or religion. We don't need to go back to a begging culture, right? That's what their religion is, a begging culture. Oh, please God, just give me a better life. I mean, no. But here we understand a price has to be paid. Forgiveness and real courage, right? Praying for our enemies, right? Like if we're here, and we have to be accountable for the stuff, the stuff that we've done too, right? Accountable is really just taking a look at it without blame, shame or guilt. And if we made a mistake, then we write those things. If we owe money, then we pay that. And that's just it, right? So not for them, we do it for us. And it takes real courage to do so. It takes real courage to do so. And if no one, if no one said that they love you today, I love you very much. Right? What? And just we're gonna wrap it up with this, right? So, in my life, growing up in the orphanage and foster care, and then being adopted by that white American family called the Snellgroves, they gave me a lot of love, right? They really did. They did their very best. They just didn't know how wounded I was. The one thing that I never heard from them is, Wayne, I love you. I've never heard that. And if you don't say that, then I didn't believe it and I didn't feel it. I didn't understand that. So the real courage it took for me early in my recovery and my walk on the Red Road, is to change that narrative around. And you know what? That's what we're doing. We're changing the narrative. And so it doesn't have to be the way it's always been, how it's always coming together. So now that's why I say that. That's why I say that on a regular basis. Hey, if no one said that they love you today, I love you very much, right? And it took me a lot of time and courage to get there, right? It's not something that came natural to me because I didn't hear it, right? I don't hear those things a lot, right? But it takes courage to say it, even if I didn't hear it. But you see, the thing that galvanized me to start changing was, hey, look, there's 7 generations that need to hear that. Maybe no one around me is hearing it, but the ancestors, they're hearing it. And the next 7 generations, they are hearing everything that we say. I love you, right? I love you. Yeah. I love you. I want everybody to, I'm getting all choked up just because it's like, this is the good stuff right here. This is the real good, powerful stuff, right? This is beautiful, beautiful stuff, right? I get to live a good life when I tell you that I love you. I get to live a good life, all those squirrels that were in my head before, all those voices, they just, when we get aligned, all that sadness, depression, loneliness, that all went away when I started saying I love you to that person in the mirror, right? I love you. I love you, Wayne, no matter what. That's when my life really started to change. I'm going to forgive you, Wayne, no matter what. Right? I'm going to move on from this no matter what. I'm going to, that's the deal. That's what they're talking about here. You know, we're talking about starting with this beautiful thread, this beautiful prayer that we are individually, when we are individually, right? We are all individual, beautiful, powerful prayers. Write that down, because we forget that all the time, because there's another narrative out there that we believe, right? We're lost, lonely, scared, afraid, blame, shame, guilt. That's who they want us to be. They're taking our power away. But when we come here, we're able to say, we sit here long enough, eventually. So this is your homework today. I want everybody to write this down. Look in that mirror no matter what and say, I love you, not as a place of conceit, but a place of genuine, real courage. Right? Right? That's your homework. And, write me a note. Write me a note and tell me how it went. Just say, hey, look, hey, this is how it went. Hey, you know what? I started to cry. I started to do this. I started something broken, something that like I can remember that time. I can't talk about lies, but I can talk about, that time. There was a time in my life that I just broke. I just broke. I said, you know what? I can't do this anymore. I can't live the way of hate anymore. I can't live the way of, shaming anymore, shaming myself. I can't do it anymore. And so, when we get to that point, then like the next thing that we have to do is just look in that mirror and just say, look, I love you. With everything in my past, it looked like, with my speech impediment, with my lip, with everything, man. I just had to bundle that up and just say, hey, look, man, I love you, man. I love you. I love you. All right. So anyway, we're going to wrap it up. We would have the announcements if we were on Facebook, but Facebook was not cooperating today. So, but what I do request here is that share what we have done here. I know it's Facebook. Just share this to all the links on Facebook, to all the links, because it's so important for people to know what we as we are the Medicine Circle, what we're doing here. The word has to get out. So I'm expressing my desires to you to share this message. Don't share me, share our message. It's so important that we do that. The world is kind of running out of safe, beautiful circles to go to. So let's introduce people to the circle. So let's put this put this on your feed. Please go like and subscribe. We're going to be on a subscriber push here for like a little bit. So so anyway, let us close our eyes. I just want you to think for a minute. What your world would be like if you looked in the mirror and said, I love you. What would your world look like? Just close your eyes. I kept you a little short because we're just running way over. We'll apologize for the Facebook fiasco today. Anyway, the final word is this ceremony may end, but the ceremony in you does not end. So let's take what we lived here and learned here, loved here, and listened to here. That means hit more than that share button. Share this everywhere. Share it on every social media platform that you have. Bring people here, bring people back to the circle of life, the circle of love, the circle of courage, the circle of humility. This is everything that we are. Like, take this out to the four winds. That means take it yourself. That means go far beyond hitting that share button everywhere. That means put it right here. You know, when we put it right here, then it goes everywhere. That's the deal. When we take it out to the four winds, the four winds know what to do with this, but you have to put it here so the four winds can take it out there. My name is Kaneepa Macwa, Standing Bear. And if no one said that they love you today, I love you very much. Let's have a great day.